telling your mom about us having a baby. We were gonna tell her. We were gonna do it together.
Where the were you? Lee.
Hi, my name is LaShawn J, and welcome back to my channel, where I give lighthearted reviews for Love After Lockup. Today, we're going to be doing a review on Season 4, Episode 40, Wedding, Rings, and Secret Flings. So the first couple I want to talk about is Justine and Michael. So we see Justine and Michael, they enter the house after they had their big fight. Seems like their very first fight. They enter the house and they sit down and talk. And Justine is telling Michael, hey, you know what? You wasn't there. You just instantly got mad at me telling my mom, but you was late. And I repeatedly asked you not to be late, but you still ended up being late. And she has a way of dragging things out of me. And this is how I ended up telling her that I was pregnant. And he was trying to explain to her, hey, you know, having a set time for leaving the studio is something that I have to try to get used to, because I want to try and accomplish everything that I could while I'm there. I don't want to just clock out and leave and not accomplish anything. Feel like I didn't accomplish anything. So she was telling him, hey, you know what? I waited 10 years to have another kid. I waited 3 years for you. And just the way everything happened today was really crappy. I understand my mom being a little upset, but just you upset at me also. It seems like, you know, it really affected her. So they made up. They go upstairs. Before that, Michael tells her, hey, since the cat is out the bag anyway, let's go ahead and tell the kids. So she asked Michael, are you ready to tell your kids? And he said, I don't know, I might have to sleep on him. So she says she's a little worried that Michael is shying away from letting his family know and his kids know. And he's all ready to tell her kids. So in the next scene we see, Michael's driving a car. It's Justine, her mom, and her 3 kids. He's taking them out to announce the pregnancy. They went ahead. They're sitting down. They order ice cream, but they order an extra ice cream representing the new baby.
Lemon.
Thank you, Miss. This is so good. Thank you, Mike. Thank you.
And,
Queen and the Jean.
hey, would you look at this? There's one more. Who is this for? This is for the baby. This is for
The boys. They're more excited than the daughter. Justine starts saying, hey, I hope it's a girl, because it's a lot of things that I didn't get to do with my daughter, and I kind of missed out on it, and I really want to relive those mommy-daughter days. And, you know, her daughter breaks down. She's crying. She's like, I'm going to be going off to college, basically, because his daughter's 17 years old. I'm going to be going off to college, and you get to relive the life that I wanted to have with you, basically. But, you know, Justine pulls her aside and let her know that, you know, nobody can replace you. You're my daughter. You're irreplaceable. I don't love you the same way I love my other kids. I love each of my kids differently, you know. And she cries, and she's just telling her mom, it's just been so many changes. And she's right. It's been so many changes, from Michael coming out of prison, they getting married so quickly, she having to adjust with Michael being in the household, and now her mother's having another baby, and she's going to be off at college, and her mother's is going to build new experiences with this daughter that she's praying for, and experiencing things that she never got to experience with her mom. So I understand that. So they get home. They're all cuddled up on the couch, and Michael calls his mom to let his mom know that Justine is expecting. So the mom starts speaking in Spanish, and she's just like, can I speak to you separately? And he's like, no, whatever you have to say to me, you can say it in front of Justine, because I do not like when you do that. That's very disrespectful. So she says to Justine, since y'all are together now, and it seemed like you got pregnant very quickly, is it okay that you take a pregnancy test? And you know what? The mom was on speaker, and all the kids heard it, and gives the wrong impression of the mother-in-law right there. She shouldn't have been on speaker. That should have been a private conversation between Michael, Justine, and his mom. Or Michael and the mother, however they wanted to do it, but the kids shouldn't have been involved in that. So Justine gets up and she walks off to the kitchen, and she's just like, she's basically calling me a whore. Yes, it was quick, but you know what? That's Michael's baby. And Michael proceeds to say that his mom basically does paternity tests on his kids without the knowledge of him or the mothers.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
That's crazy. So this is something she's used to. And it's because his brother ended up raising a kid that that after years of raising the kid, they found out that the kid wasn't the brothers. So it basically took a toll on the family, because I guess the mom, as the aunt, was involved, and other family members, and now the kid is ripped away. But he's saying that this is not the case right now. And you know what Justine says? Hey, if she ends up doing a paternity test, I would definitely be having the last laugh, because this is his baby. I have nothing to worry about. So the next couple I want to talk about is Ashley and Travis. So we see Ashley and Travis drive into Travis's mom's house to get settled in. They have the ring floaty in the car. Why? They get to the house. Travis's mom welcomes Travis. She's welcoming to Ashley. You know, Ashley's kind of avoiding her because of what transpired last episode. So she's like, oh yeah, I just really want to get this stuff out the car. I just really want to get moved in. So his mom calls Travis aside, and she's like, while Ashley's moving the thing, she's like, you know what? I just want to apologize for how I reacted yesterday. I do love her. I do love you. I don't want to push you away. I just miss you so much. And you know, he's definitely a mama's boy. So Ashley is in the basement getting everything together. Travis is getting the stuff out the car. The mom goes to the basement to try to talk to Ashley. And Ashley's like, is it okay if I ask you a question? Why do you feel like you could tell Travis what to do, him being a 40-year-old man?
In his life at 44. I don't know why. I honestly don't, and I regret it. I would be happy if you got married tomorrow. And I really can't apologize enough. I mean so really, much to me. Really love you. I mean, I've talked to you for...
Talk it out. They hug. You know, Travis comes. She lets him know everything is okay. The next scene we see, they're outside playing kickball, soccer. Then they're in the bed. And they're in the bed and they're talking. And she says to Travis, hey, I hope you're relaxed and everything is good. Now that we're settled in, I've missed my period for about 3 weeks now.
What the fuck?
And he's like, what? Is that something normal to happen? Or is it because of stress? Travis is like, is that because of stress? Because, you know, she's been stressed out. She lost everything, her business and money and everything. And she's like, I don't know. I never miss my period. I don't ever miss my period. And he's stressed out. And she's like, well, and Ashley says to Travis, you know, it's never going to be the right time to have a baby. And Travis says, yeah, but there's the wrong time to have one.
Damn!
So she goes to the bathroom because he's anxious and he cannot wait. He needs to find out right away. She goes to the bathroom and she goes to take the test. And he's nervous. She's like, you got to give me a little more time than this. So they go in the bathroom together and she finds out that she's not pregnant. She's kind of disappointed because she's in love with Travis and she feels like, hey, if it happens, it happens. You know, I'm not getting any younger. So she's a little disappointed. Travis is relieved. He's just like, I don't know how am I going to support a kid. She's already lost everything. We're living in my mom's basement. Like, how am I going to support a kid? I'm going to have to resort to robbing. And that's the first thing he says. Resort to robbing and stealing and being able to support this kid. So Travis is relieved. And Ashley and Travis ends up breaking up at the end of it because they couldn't deal with each other anymore. The stress from living with the mom became too much for Ashley. And Travis and Ashley decided to move their separate ways. So the next couple I want to talk about is Eris and Cameron. So Eris wakes up, she gets ready, she knows she has a plane to catch, and she's dressed, she's ready. It's like 1 o'clock in the evening, and Cameron is asleep, he's knocked out, he can't even move. So she's screaming at him, she's just irritated from the night before, from the last episode, from when he threw the ring at her. He came in drunk, he came in late, no phone call, nothing. So she's pissed, she screams at him to wake up, she's like, I'm leaving, I have a plane to catch. And he's just like, it's still early. She's like, okay, I'm leaving. I don't have time for this. She throws a pen at him. And he's like, why are you throwing a pen at me? And she's like, because I have a plane to catch. So she's like, I'm leaving. So she left. I literally thought she left. But she just went downstairs in the lobby. So Cameron gets up. He's just like, I don't really remember anything that happened before. I remember Eris arguing with me, but
Can't really say if she had valid points at all because I wasn't even really listening to that. The whole time she was talking, I was dreaming. It's a thing I do, especially when I'm drunk. It was like that Charlie Brown thing when the teacher's like, fried chicken, I don't want to hear that.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
so he's making a joke out of it, but Eris is pretty serious. So he calls her and he's like, where are you? She's like, I'm in the lobby. So he's like, get me, he asks for a sandwich and she's like, you're not getting that. So he's like, okay, I'm coming. They get down to the lobby and she's still pissed. She's drinking her coffee and, she's just trying to figure out what's going on with him. So he's like, do you have my ring? And she's like, yes, I have your ring. You don't remember throwing it at me last night? And
Mester of Germany, his first attempt in the javelin.
he's like, no, I don't remember a lot from yesterday. I was wasted. And she's like, that's the problem. It's a couple of days ago that I got you out of a detention center for drinking. And here you go, drinking excessively. And he's like, well, I didn't put my hands on nobody. I didn't put my in nobody. So I'm good. As long as I didn't do those two things, I feel like I should be able to drink and have a good time. I was just locked up. I'm not there anymore. I'm just trying to have some fun. And she's just like, well, you don't have to have that much fun. You don't have to drink that much. And he's like, well, you should have came. If you came, you would have been able to monitor my drinking. And she was like, I don't feel like I should be there to monitor your drinking. And he's like, well, if you're not going to be there to monitor my drinking, I should have no restrictions. So she's just like, look, if I give you this ring back, you promise, you're going to step up and you're going to stop drinking excessively. And you have to be there for, her daughter. You're a father figure now. And he's like, yeah. So basically, he's going to keep doing what he wants to do. And she's going to keep accepting it. That's all I got from the situation.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Conversation. He gets her, tell her, okay, let's go. You have a plane to catch. I don't want you to be late. And drops her off at the airport. So he could go on and have a good jolly old time. The next couple I want to talk about is Nathan and Skyler. So Nathan and Skyler, we see them, they're out pumpkin picking. It's Halloween and they want to do something nice for Halloween. They said they're going to do, I think it's a haunted house where they go through the cemetery. One of those haunted house trails. It's a haunted house trail they're doing. Nathan says he wants to invite his brother, Barry. And Skyler's like, Barry could be a trigger for him because they party a lot. This is something they do together and they're used to doing partying and doing drugs. And he can't do none of that now. But he reassures her that Barry has changed. He just got home. He's fine. Everything is going to be good. So they decide to be the Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein dresses up as those costumes for the Halloween haunted house.
Frankenstein?
Yeah. It's scary.
What am I gonna be?
The Bride of Frankenstein.
Oh, okay.
Tonight might be the night that I pop the question.
I'm super nervous about proposing. There's always that possibility she could say no and I would be devastated. So it's like, that being in my head, it's like, it's tearing me up a little bit. I'm anxious. I just want to get it out the way.
Love you, pumpkin.
I love you, pumpkin.
Barry comes, one of Ashley's friends come, a couple other friends of Nathan come. And you know what Nathan is constantly saying? This is the second time. It's like every episode he's going to propose to Skyler. Sorry if I said Ashley. He's going to propose to Skyler. Every episode he's saying that he's going to propose to Skyler. And I'm just like, propose to her already. So he's telling Barry that he's ready to propose. Barry's just like, y'all don't know each other that long. And y'all only been out and sober, but for so long together. See where it goes before you just propose to her. That's a long thing right there. So he's thinking about it. He talks to Skyler friend about how Skyler adapting and everything. He's thinking about it. They go through the haunted house, and they enjoy their time together. They take pictures, they laugh, they have a good time, and he ends up not proposing. Even in the end of their segment, WeTV still says that he still hasn't proposed yet. So hopefully one day he ends up proposing to Skyler, because he's been planning this for so long. I don't even know what is holding him from proposing to her. What is holding him? Nothing. So the next couple I want to talk about is Derek and Monique. So Derek and Monique are getting ready to have a barbecue. Monique was supposed to meet with the brother and sister to squash everything the night before, but she was like, no, I just want to go home after Big Ma's house. Let's just go home. So they get ready. They go to the supermarket. He calls his brother on the phone. He let him know, hey, this is the location. Come on out here. I'm getting the stuff. Come to this barbecue.
Barbecue and foot massage. Jones barbecue and foot massage.
Y'all come. We're not going to have no fighting. We're not going to have no arguments. We just going to be cordial. We're going to apologize and we're going to get along. So I really respect that of Derek right there. So the brother agrees. Everybody seems like they're in agreement. They go to the supermarket.
Okay, boom. So we got to get right here, boom.
Yeah, I'm agreeing to meet up with Derek's sisters because he's pretty adamant about it. So I'll be a team player.
But check this out, boom. We get a steak.
But they love talking trash about me and just being negative, nasty people.
Put it right here.
Mm-hmm. If they want to apologize, great. I'll at least try and be open-minded about it.
That was fun.
If they want to fight, we can do that too.
Grab all the things they need. They try to get the barbecue going. His father gets there. His Big Ma gets there. His aunt gets there. Everybody's there, eating, drinking, talking, having a good time. And everybody's, wondering where is his brothers and his sisters and what's taking them so long. Derek is trying to call them, trying to figure out. He's like, hey, no, I don't have a missed call. I don't have nothing from them. So Derek is pissed at this time. Monique is kind of disappointed, but she's not really disappointed. She's just like, yeah, I told you, stay away from your brothers and sisters because they're no good. You see, they couldn't even come and meet up with me, and I'm putting in the effort in. So she kind of gloating, but she's kind of wants to squash it, but she's kind of gloating at the same time. So Monique and Derek pack up because Big Ma, she says she's 97 years old, God bless her heart, and she has to go. They eat, and then they get ready. The father, the aunt, Big Ma leaves. Now Monique and Derek, they're packing everything up, and they're getting ready to leave. Derek is pissed. So he's just like, you know what? Monique is like, okay, put on your seatbelt. She's starting up the car. She's checking her mirror. She's doing what she's supposed to do. Derek is pissed, and he's taking out his anger on Monique at this point. So she's just doing regular what you're supposed to be doing when you're driving. And Monique didn't know that Derek saw the car coming in, but she's just getting ready to leave. And she's like, what they doing? Oh, there they go right there. And he's like, just drive, just drive, just drive. And she's like, okay. The sister hops out the car. The older sister hops out the car, and she's like, Derek, you saw me coming. Why would she drive like that? Derek did never, ever say to his sister that I told her to drive off because y'all are late. All he does is say, why y'all so late? Like, he playing with them. Like, what? You told her to just keep driving. Why wouldn't you tell your sister, I told her to keep driving because you was late? So I said, let's just go. I don't even want to speak to you at this point. He never said none of this. So the sister's assuming that Monique just decided to drive off when she sees her coming. So the car is, she's trying to get back up out the parking space, and the sister is just banging on the window, banging on everything, and then she claims that Monique runs over her foot. He's screaming, oh, my foot, my foot. She ran over my foot. The other sister jumps out the car to see what's going on. And she's like, stop playing. Are you serious? Did she really run over your foot? And she's like, yes, my foot. She did not run over her foot. There's no way a car would run over your foot and you would get up off the floor and just start punching the car. So the sister gets up and starts punching the car. And Derek is just saying, just drive, just drive, just drive. So Monique finally pulls out the parking spot, drives, and she's driving and trying to get away from the sister. The producer calls her, and they're like, okay, so where are you? And she was like, okay, we just passed this area. I'm gonna I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna pull over so we can meet up with you. Derek gets pissed. He's like, no, 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 don't stop. Just keep going, keep going. This is my hood. I know where we can stop at. We don't need to stop right there. Keep going, keep going. And she's like, no, just shut up. And he's like, who the F are you talking to? She's like, you. He's like, who the F are you talking? You're not talking to me. You're not talking to me. She's like, yes, I am. She's like, you know what? Just get out the car. Get out the car. He's like, I'm not going nowhere. She was like, you need to get out this car before I drag you out. Oh, really? I wanted to see that. And he was like, you ain't gonna drag nobody. You ain't gonna drag nobody. And she was like, yes, I am. She was like, what happened? You want to fight? And Derek was like, man, cut all that foolishness out. So they're arguing back and forth. And you know what? Monique feels disrespected because every situation, he constantly keeps screaming at her, drive, drive, drive. Like, why are you constantly screaming at the driver? Just flying orders at her. Like, what is the problem? He's constantly always like, drive, drive, just keep going, just keep going. No, you're not the driver. You don't dictate where she's going to go, what parking lot she's going to meet with the producers. If you want to dictate that, you're going to hop in an Uber or you're going to drive the car yourself or get your own car or your license. You constantly keep dictating where she could stop and park to meet with the producers. What was the problem with meeting at that parking lot? You didn't want the sisters to pull up at the parking lot there too? Like, why is she always the one in the situation just running just because Derek says run? And now she has to run. She could have not the situation would have happened totally different if when the sisters came, he got out the car and he just said, yo, y'all missed it. I'm already packed up everything. So now it's time for us to go. We have other plans. That wouldn't have been hard other than just telling her, keep driving and ignore the sisters. Their car is blocking her. And it's just ridiculous. You see the sister walking towards the car door and you keep telling her to drive. Like, why you cost everything you tell her to do is to drive. Like, come on, stop it, Derek. So Derek gets he says, you know what, I'm going to just take an Uber. He gets his little duffel bag out the trunk and he leaves. Monique went to the hotel. She packs up her things and she leaves. And her and Derek was split. So we found out Derek was definitely cheating with some girl. I think it's the CO. Derek definitely was cheating with the CO. The girl contacted Monique, sent her all the pictures, all the videos, all the proof. Derek is trying to get back into her good graces. And she's saying it depends on if she wants to be with him or not. She calls Derek and he's at dinner. He hangs up the phone with her. She's questioning who's there, who's not there. She keeps the GPS on him.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Derek and Monique, at the end of it all, are basically still together, even though he cheated on her. But next week in Life After Lockup, we're going to find out more. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy my videos and would like to be notified every time I upload a new video.